I'm rolling on the camera there.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. It's going to be ruffling because there's a little bit of cookie left in this bag. Ruffle. Okay.
You good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm back.
Little ruffly ruffles.
It's for my coffee. So I am rolling. This is now the intro.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to the back post. What a lovely intro from Josh there, ruffling his ruffles. And we're back, no Adam, just me and Josh, an OG lineup. And we're going to talk about football, because that's what we do here.
That's what we do. I don't like this is becoming a thing.
I kind of like it. So let's start. We've got a good podcast coming up, but let's start with your game, Spurs Southampton. Is that
sorry, you broke up. You just broke up as you said. We've got a good podcast coming up. It made me laugh.
So what I said was, let's start with your game, Spurs Southampton.
Spurs Southampton. Is there any point talking about it? It's happening again. Can we not just talk about it after it happens again? Because
well, that's a good point, but no, let's talk about it.
There's not really much to say. We drew. We should have probably won, and they came back and they didn't let us win. So cheers for that, Southampton.
But it's a very similar story to our season, but for you for this game, is that you created so many chances and you played lovely football, but nothing kind of went in, other than Son's one really nice goal.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, we'll be talking a lot about stuff like this because of transfer. But Giovanni Lo Celso looks very, very, very sexy.
He's coming into his own, isn't he?
All I'm saying is, and we'll get onto this later, is fuck Christian Eriksen. He's not shit.
God.
He is shit. I've got a lot of stats.
He's so reactionary now.
No, like the run to set up the goal was incredible, and he looks like he's gonna be really. When we see things happening, like I'm not going to really speak. I'm not speaking about the Tottenham Southampton game as such. I'm talking about Tottenham as a whole.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about positivity because I might as well be positive. Why not?
Doesn't sound very positive when you say why not.
But you look at we need to sort out the defence because that's the issue. That's what cost us the goal so close to seeing it over the line. But at the same time, you've got youth. You've got Sessegnon, you've got Tanganga, you've got Lo Celso, you've got Ndombele, you've got now Bergwijn today. You've got players. Even Dele Alli's only 24, and he's the oldest player that I've just listed.
Yeah, he's a senior geezer.
So all I'm saying is maybe this is a point I've just formulated in my head now, and you'll shoot down. But everyone talks about this exciting Chelsea youth.
Yeah.
But people seem to forget that we've formed a little bit of our own little child.
Yeah. And to be fair, not only you but Arsenal have a very young side at the
minute. Yeah, but fuck them.
But anyway, what I was going to say as well, Southampton had a fair few chances that you should have and could have took.
And so we've rewarded them by giving them our fullback, which is nice. We've just sent Kyle Walker-Peters on loan there.
Have you really? I didn't know that. So, oh wow. You're welcome.
Wish him all the best there. KWP. But we don't need him because we have Aurier. That's it. Wait, is it? Holy shit. Oh, Tanganga now kind of plays that.
He had a goal line clearance as well, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
And Ings could have scored a couple.
Yeah, but Ings, the thing is, this is just one of those things again, isn't it? It's like you don't want to be playing Watford, you don't want to be playing Southampton. The team's coming to form. It happens, and they sucker punch you. At some point, this season, Aston Villa will probably stop being wank. Bournemouth, he's just the worst time to play Southampton, really. Hasenhüttl's a very good manager, and he's got them firing, and we'll just have to smash them later.
Fair enough. Well, as I said, your problem that game was that you didn't score the chances that you were given, but that's the story of our season, and I've said it. I think I said it for the past 5 podcasts. I'm an absolute broken record. But why aren't we taking our chances, Josh, man?
Because we have dead players and you have inexperienced players.
Very true.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. As much as ever, like, there's this whole myth that Tottenham suddenly play so much better football without Kane, and it might be a bit, it might be a bit more fluid, and it might be a bit more dynamic as a style, but you still doesn't matter if you don't have one of the best strikers in Europe to pop them away at the end.
Yeah,
and instead, you have Lucas Moura.
I think the problem is when Kane's playing. That's good. Your camera shook so much on my screen. The problem for me when Kane's playing for you is he almost tries to do too much, and I think if he stays, and he's good at this, he's good at taking it and running and taking it and running. But I think if he did just stay up front, let Son, the creative players, let Lo Celso, let Moura do all this, he wouldn't need to do it, and then he would score more.
Yeah, but the thing is with Kane, it's like I think you'd lose so much of dragging us through with that. Kane would be one of. You may laugh at me here, but Kane would be one of the best cams in the league if he chose to play there.
Yeah, exactly. But then he tries to do two positions, which then brings him out of it. He makes both positions.
If you've got Ali fit and firing, then that shouldn't really be a problem.
Yeah, exactly, and I know, and it's true.
And he's coming back into form as well, Ali. Like, we're going to be talking about the England squad later, and going to be making some.
Oh God, great! It's like season 1 before. Oh, that one. Anyway, let's talk about Chelsea. Let's talk about Chelsea again. We backpedaled. So obviously we won, so great. That's fine. But the first half, Hull just weren't there. They weren't there. They were so spread out. We had so much space. Kovacic looked like fucking Pirlo, even though he's Kovacic. He was like whipping balls left, right, centre. He was doing really well, and that's because Hull gave us the space. We got the first goal on our first attack, and then it was after that we didn't need to score again. It was like nothing happened.
But in Hull's defence, and I mean this with the utmost respect, they are Hull.
Yes, definitely, and they are like mid-table at the minute, obviously. But he, as well, he did play their full strength team as well, which was interesting because a lot of Championship sides this season have not done that. But they in the second half, because this whole 1-goal thing, and it's happened a lot this season, the teams are still in it no matter what. Like, if it's 1 goal down, you're still in it. And that half-time speech must have been said something like that, and then they came back into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it, where it's now really, even though, I mean, it's more exciting now for you guys talking about the FA Cup. We could analyse your narrow scraping victory over Hull, but surely the most exciting fact is the fact that it's going to be another horrible Liverpool time, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, but then it'll be a really weird one because Liverpool have already said, we don't give a fuck about the FA Cup.
Yeah, well, exactly. But before we move on to that, one thing I want to say, and I feel like you agree, is Tomori needs to start more. He started this game. He got the winner, which it's irrelevant because it's not relevant, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that's why he should start. It's irrelevant, doesn't matter. But that's not why he should start. But he's just a really good defender. He's so good, and he's fast, and he's energetic, and he's miles better than Zuma. And I don't actually hate Zuma. He's came into it a bit more since the start of the season. But Rudiger and Tomori would be a very good partnership to have, and if you kept playing them, it'd only get better.
I completely agree, although because of previous games, because I will be honest, I didn't actually watch Chelsea v Hull.
How dare you, Josh?
But I do see it. I do agree with that point anyway.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, all love I ever had for Christiansen.
Oh, same, man. I do miss him. I miss that Christiansen. I don't know what's happened.
And then, and you know, it's one of those weird ones because it feels like Azpilicueta should become a centre back because surely he can't be an effective right back for too much longer.
Yeah. Somehow he's dipping forward. Like, you just see him, he puts his head down and just fucking runs.
Yeah, but I don't know. If it's a weird one. You've got the similar problem with us in terms of like we do have very similar squads looking at them on paper. Just in terms of like, I know I'm slightly jumping the gun with Tanganga, but our Tanganga seems to be your Tomori. We've both got like the Alderweireld's and the Vertonghen's and the Azpilicuetas that are like
the kind of veterans.
You know. Then you've got kind of these like Sanchez is younger than Rudiger, but like you've got these kind of like not old, not young.
Yeah.
Like centre backs that are probably our best. I would say Sanchez is our best defender at the moment.
And Rudiger's ours.
And then, like, you've got Christiansen and we've got Foyth, and they're just both like, yeah, it's not happening. Like, it's very similar back line. And, well, we've both got two out of favour, left backs as well in Alonso and Rose.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And I've never thought about that, but you're absolutely right.
It's just a good fun. We're both of us a bit confused at the moment. It feels like we're a lot more top heavy than we are bottom heavy. Although I would admit that maybe our defence looks slightly better depending on how good Tanganga looks. Although I'm very excited about Tanganga.
I think you should be. To be fair, he seems really good.
I like him.
I
want him to have every joy in life.
Okay. So let's move on.
What do you mean move on from that? I want to talk about all the things Tanganga deserves.
Should we just stop now and do another 50 minutes about Tanganga?
A beautiful wife. I don't know. He has a wife actually already. I should.
I thought you were grabbing your phone to Google that or something, and I was like, no, Josh.
Anyway, I'm going anyway.
Moving on. Shrewsbury.
You want to talk about Liverpool Shrewsbury? I don't particularly want to speak about Liverpool Shrewsbury.
So I want to speak about it because it leads from our game, because our next game is either one of them. And Klopp's coming out and it showed his true colours, because everyone thinks he's a great guy. He's an absolute dick, right? And just because he wants his winter break, he's not going to turn up to this FA Cup game. I don't think it's right, man. I
don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how much of an opinion I can offer, because at the same time I get what you're saying. Like, you want your manager to show up to the game.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I don't know. It's Liverpool's a very different football club, and I'm not sure I can begrudge them too much for saying, like, no Liverpool fan. Admittedly, the treble would be incredible. Who wouldn't want the treble?
Mm.
And maybe they should be going for that. Maybe I've just said that and proved my own point wrong. But Liverpool fans, this isn't Man United who are winning titles. Oh, have a cheeky treble while we're at it.
Yeah.
Like, this is Liverpool who
need that Premier League.
Desperate for that league. And I think that as long as they do win it, no Liverpool fan in 10 years' time will be going, why didn't we play a full-strength team against Shrewsbury? We could have won the FA Cup.
It's not that. They play a weakened squad, play your third squad. Not only it's their third squad, brilliant squad anyway. Play them. But Klopp should turn up. The little respect that is to the players that will play. You know what I mean? Like the youth players that will play, it's not showing them any respect, and it's not showing the FA Cup any respect.
What's more respectful? Okay, what's more respectful? Him not showing up, or him not doing any training sessions in the build-up, not doing any tactical sessions in the build-up, turning up for half an hour before kick-off, standing in the dugout, looking slightly disinterested, and then fucking off immediately. What is that? Not just as disrespectful?
Definitely, but it shouldn't be that. He should just grow up and get involved, because that's his job. He gets paid to do that.
Yeah, and he gets a while off at the end of the season.
Doesn't he? They get such a good break at the end. That's a perfect. Yeah, I thought you'd be way more mad at this than I.
I know. I just don't really. I'm blunt to Liverpool at the moment, because whatever. I mean, you're in the same chat as me with them all going, it's so stupid how we're not on TV tonight. It's like, shut the fuck up. It's the Manchester Derby on.
And you know, we both have this quite hatred for Klopp and think he's like a bit of a fake nice guy, and I think this just proves it. And it's just a disrespect to to the FA Cup, man.
No, you know, I do think he's a nice guy. I don't think he's an arse, but you've got. I'm really struggling with this now, Jay, because he's one of the best football coaches in the world.
He is.
And you got to be
I'm not saying that.
No, but you've got to be a bit of a prick to do that. It's the same reason. It's the same reason why both the Gallagher brothers are knobheads. Do I give a fuck? Absolutely not.
I don't like them
Gallagher brothers.
I don't like them either, anyway.
Yeah, well, so in the same way, rock on Klopp, I guess.
Fair enough. I just think he's a prick. And to be fair, the last game we could talk about would be the United game, but there's no point. They twatted Tranmere on a shit pitch. Adam's not here. I think we can end part one. Yeah,
I mean, it's only 15 minutes in, but okay. Well, yeah, they did touch Tranmere. Just as a brief note, how dare Trezeguet win the FA Cup match after taking the name, like, as if you could, with any self-respect, call yourself Trezeguet and put it on the back of your football shirt. That's a bold statement.
It's baffling, mate. It's absolutely baffling.
Like, I know that's technically his name, but still, like, if I was a semi-decent footballer playing for Bournemouth, and my name happened to be Messi, I think I'd have to leave it off my shirt.
Yeah, you just be Josh. Josh Messi, but you just put Josh on the back.
Josh.m.
Josh.m. Yeah, there you go.
Just, the game was good yesterday. I enjoyed watching. It was a good. The legal methods of watching the games were a fucking nightmare, and it wasn't working at all. But it was a fun time. But to bring me that as a neutral. When you are that invested in a game that you don't really care about in a cup.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when it gets to the 89th minute, you're getting excited for that penalty shootout.
Yeah, because you just want to see a penalty shootout.
For me to wait 89 minutes for you to rip the penalty shootout away from me, I was furious.
Yeah, no.
That's all.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Right, whatever. Aston Villa are the lucky winners to be twatted by City in their favourite competition.
Have fun with that, boys.
Have fun with that, boys. See you later. We'll see you in like 2 days.
Alright, welcome back. Part 2, we're here, and we're going to do something not too different, but when I was in the pub the other day, a discussion come up about what's the best England squad, and I thought to myself straight away, it's obvious it should be, and then I kind of couldn't think of a full squad. So I thought I'd bring it back to the boys, see what Josh is thinking. I'll put one together and we're just going to go through
the non-plural boy.
My boy. And we're going to see what's the best England squad that we think that we're going to take to the Euros. Fully fit, doesn't matter if they're not fit or not, because just couldn't be asked with that. So, Josh, number 1, goalkeeper, who you got?
It's only one candidate now, isn't it?
Oh, I'm interested who you're saying then.
It's Joe Hart.
Get him back.
No, it's Henderson.
Yeah, I got Henderson.
Obviously, because Pickford is the size of half a man.
So yeah, Pickford. He
Pickford's
had to go
on the bench. Pickford's absolutely the next choice after that.
Yeah, because he was the number 1 for the last World Cup. He has to be number.
Well, it's not even that. I think he's a perfectly adequate goalkeeper, but Henderson's now looking like. I know the system says a lot in terms of like. Heaton and Pope look a lot better for Burnley than they do for other places, and that's what Sheffield United do. They're well drilled, but Henderson's looking to take De Gea's spot the way things are going.
Yeah, Henderson's doing really well. Also, in my head, I thought to myself, what about Nick Pope? But I don't think I think Henderson straight away took over him.
I mean, Nick Pope's the third name.
Yeah.
The 3 keepers on the plane, I would say, is Henderson, Pickford, and Pope.
Yeah, definitely. Because
maybe just. Yeah,
I thought of Nick Pope first, and then I realised Henderson. I was like, it's got to be Henderson. He's been
even if it's he's like young and he could hold that position for 10 years, and that's what we need at the moment. Because when was the last time we had a stable goalkeeper?
Yeah,
not even Joe Hart was a stable England goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's like the last kind of semi.
Yeah, he was kind of like how many caps did he get in a row? Maybe probably like quite a few, probably, but not.
He weren't like the solid number 1. Like I know what you mean. So I'm happy we agree on that.
Okay, what formation are you playing?
So I'm doing a 4-2-1-3.
A 4-2-1-3?
Yes. Or
so
a
4-3-3,
yeah, but a 4-2-1-3.
Right, okay. Right, I'm kind of doing a 4-2-3-1, which kind of works the same.
Yeah.
You still got your 3 midfielders.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, okay. Well, so what's your right back, Jay? Who do you want to play at right back for England?
There's only one, isn't there?
We're going to do this for every game.
There's only one.
Please don't say. Please don't throw Trippier at me just for a second.
There's only one.
It's just true.
No, of course it's.
Well, to be fair, this is the hardest position. There's fucking 4. don't you? There's only one. Me. We've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier. You've got Max Aarons at Norwich.
No, okay. So 100%.
You've got Reece James. There's fucking 6 of them. It's Trent. It's Trent.
It's Trent, but ABW's on the bench because Trent can offer you the attacking kind of like let's go forward. But if we get into a sticky situation where we really need to defend, bring Aaron Wan-Bissaka on and he will just solid up that back 4. That's my thinking.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's very fair because obviously Trent's a good right back defensively, but his obvious best quality is him whipping it forward and just getting up, whipping him in the box. So yeah, it's got to be Trent. I think Trent's probably one of the only, well, maybe 3 or 4 players that are solid has to be them in the squad.
Yeah, there's a few.
On his form, he's got to be, hasn't he?
Yeah, okay, probably. So, right, we'll just because it's nice and symmetrical, what's your left back then?
Okay, so I've gone for Chilwell.
I've gone for Chilwell.
Oh, we're actually agreeing a lot. This isn't
I don't really see what other option there is at left back, unless I'm missing someone obvious. You've got Danny Rose, who no. Sorry, Danny. Bertrand is no.
Yeah, you could potentially play a left back over there, but that just causes more problems.
Tanganga's sneaking about. He plays anywhere.
James plays left back for us.
All I'm saying is get Tanganga on the plane.
Get on. Oh God. You're right. Come on board to Tanganga. Yeah. This podcast title will just be Tanganga.
So we've got 3 agreements.
Okay.
So I think we'll finally disagree here.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm disagreeing with myself. I've crossed out many things over here and kept it. But what is your centre back partnership?
Okay, so it's Maguire and Gomez for me.
Maguire and Gomez. Right. I've written Gomez, Maguire, but then I've crossed Maguire out and written Mings ?
Oh, so I thought Mings would be on the fuck it list. Like, I don't think he's...
No, Mings is on the fuck it list. But maybe what I'll say is, because if there's one thing Mings loves to do more than these other guys...
What?
It's defend the fuck out of a situation.
Yeah.
So maybe we get 1 goal up against Spain and we bring on Wan-Bissaka, Mings, and just Danny Rose to be a little shit.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what are they doing? Take off our front 3. But yeah, and I think you are probably right. But I did just question Mings there because, I'll be honest with you, and this is just a little thing that put him back into my mind. I'm doing a little Leicester career mode at the moment.
Okay.
And I've signed him because Villa got relegated. And he's fucking huge.
He is a big guy. I was watching the game yesterday.
The ref booked it, and he was looking down at the ref like, what? Like, the ref was like holding the card up to him like, no.
But so what gets me though?
Right, but I will. I'm sorry. Yeah, probably. Okay.
If you're having Mings in, wouldn't you replace Gomez for Mings? Surely Maguire's the better defender.
I don't trust Maguire.
You don't trust it. I don't trust Stones. I think Stone's the untrustworthy one out of them two.
No. Well, wait, let's talk about the fuck off list soon.
Okay.
Right, so we've got Henderson, Trent, Maguire, Gomez, and Chilwell. That's currently where we're at.
Yes, and I think that's actually kind of solid.
Okay, cool.
It's the midfield where we get a bit ropey.
Right, so we've got a midfield 3 coming up. So
yeah,
who have you got?
So, see, this is where I'm unsure, but I've put it down.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Henderson.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go with Winks. Now, I have some thought behind this. So, do you want me to explain it, or do you want to tell me who you've got?
I have an incredibly controversial one here.
Oh, no.
Because we might argue for the first time. I have Henderson and Winks.
And Ali, isn't it? And Winks? Do you have Winks as well?
Yes, it's Harry
Mate,
Winks.
we're on such a good page.
We're on such a good time.
So
I'm kidding, it's Rice! Let's go! No, it's
the reason why I've gone for Winks, right, is, and you've probably got the same reason or whatever, but Henderson's got to be in it. He's in good form. He's playing for the best team in Europe probably, so he's got to go in. Yeah. But Winks for me, I've put it, like I said, in a 4-2-1-3, so he's next to Henderson because he can go forward and he can attack and he's good at that.
He's a bit neater. He threads it a bit more.
Yeah, but also we've seen it in England games as well as Spurs games. He's quite good at just being like stopping people in midfield. So not actually like a CDM, but he stops people. He gets some good tackles in. But then again, I think he strengthens us.
The issue is Liverpool have been getting more out of him by playing him as more of a forward player, right, and like letting Fabinho or do that work behind. That would be my only concern. Oh no, okay. I was just meant about Henderson's downfall. As in, I'm not sure with Henderson and Wink. Although I agree, without putting Rice in there, which I don't want to do, or Dyer, you don't have that competent CDM. You just have to hope you can outplay the players, which we might struggle, which would be fine against Lithuania, but bad against Spain.
But this is why I think Winks can be scrappy. I think against Spain in the Nations League, I think he was quite good at being scrappy and being defensive.
Well, yeah, I know he was. That's fair. Okay, yeah, I completely agree. I'll be honest with you, I forgot about Winks for a long time while doing this. And
you know what?
I was shoehorning Ali in there to try, because I just desperately didn't want any of these players I'll mention later anywhere near. But yeah, okay. So that's right. So currently we've got 6 agreements.
Oh, this is. But the thing is, going forward now, surely we're going to get a say.
Surely it's right. Let's just not even have any tension here. Surely we've both got Sancho, Sterling, and Kane.
Yeah, of course. Like, but that front three sounds so deadly, and that sounds so sick.
And obviously, it makes it what makes it a bit less controversial is the fact that we have a very easy choice to make with the fact that Rashford's injured and probably will miss the tournament.
Yeah,
and there would be some debate over, I would say, him and Sancho, but then again, you wouldn't want him on the right. But you tend to be him against Sterling, but. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, Rashford don't get in. A fully fit Rashford don't get in just because he's not. He's a good. I'd have him as a good backup striker.
Yeah.
Personally, because although we have good strikers in Tammy and Ings but Rashford could come on and bring a new dynamic to the striker's position.
Yeah. Okay. So that leaves one position left, and if we agreed on this, I'd be surprised. Who's your cam, Jay?
I've gone for Maddison.
Yeah, I knew you'd go for Maddison. So this is another one disagreement, right?
Finally,
So Maddison is having the season of his life, yeah?
Yeah.
He's having, everyone's like, oh my god, it's between him and Grealish, who's better? They're both amazing, right?
You better not put Grealish in.
No. All I'm saying is Dele Alli is not having the best season, is he? He's dropped a bit off a cliff.
Yeah.
Dele Alli has 7 goals, Maddison has 6.
What about assists, though?
Less, but I just think that if you can get Ali firing at the end of this Jose Mourinho season, he's on raw talent the best out of the 3. If Grealish, Ali and Maddison, if you're putting it in on form at the moment, if I had to pick the team for tomorrow, I would say Maddison, and Ali would be good if we needed a goal. But I just think if you put it on pure player, I think Tifo Podcast said it the best when they said Maddison is an incredibly good player. He'll get around 20 caps for England. That's good. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But he's not an £80 million Manchester United player as everyone seems to think he is. He's very good. But
I don't know. He has potential to be that.
I don't think he does. You look. Dele Alli has over 50 Premier League goals already. He's gonna get. He
did get started in the Prem younger though.
Yeah, no, but he's one of the highest. He's one of the highest scoring midfielders of his age of all time. Not just at the moment. He's outscored Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, like everyone at that sort of hit around his sort of thing at his age.
Yeah.
I don't need to throw arguments about Dele Alli to you. We've done this a lot of times.
Yeah.
But for me, unless he's having a stinker, because the issue is he can have a stinker for a few months.
That's the thing. That's the only thing you risk, isn't it, with him? I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know. The only other one that I sort of would put an argument for, but maybe it would turn into more of a bench thing, is it's somewhere in that midfield 3. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
The Ox came into my head as well because he's coming back into form, isn't he? And he's quite a good attacking midfielder. I did think about him. I think obviously Maddison and Ali are ahead of him, but you're right. I also put for a fully fit Loftus-Cheek would be a good addition to this squad, even if he's just on the bench.
Definitely on the bench, but I can't deny that. Okay, so do we have to make a definitive decision on Ali or Maddison, or?
I feel like I'm going to lose if I try.
No, well, we don't. I'm not even going to bully you out of it. I know where I firmly stand, but I also know that the entire nation is very excited about Maddison, who is a good player.
Yeah.
And he can bang in a free kick, and maybe that's what we need. But
I think if you've got Ali and Kane both fully fit, both in full chemistry, that's a dangerous thing to have alongside Sterling and Sancho. So I'm happy to put Ali in.
If you want to watch an England that reminds you of when Lampard played there, I think it has to be Ali. Is all I would say.
Ali's good. The only thing I'm sad about here is the fact that Chelsea players haven't really had a great looking, but all the good English Chelsea players are just a bit too young for this.
Well, there is one Chelsea player in my fuck off list.
Is it Mount?
It's Mount.
I don't think he should be in your fuck off list. I think he's going through right now at the top flight of the seas. His top flight football, sorry, for the first time. He hit the ground running, but man's tired and man's young. So leave him alone.
Man cannot defend to save his life. when we're up against, when we're winning 1-0 in fact, no, I want to say that, but when you need someone that's going to drop back, and for me, Mount just has nowhere near the level of discipline for England.
100%, but again, this can be taught to him.
Well, hopefully, he's in a provisional fuck off list.
Yeah, he's not 28, and it's kind of teaching an old dog new tricks. He is very young, and he can be taught to defend.
Okay, I only have 3 other players in my fuck off list, but I think we have fear. I think one of them might be just in there. There's a special fuck off because I don't think he will make the squad or even be really considered.
Oh wait, is it Delph?
It's Delph.
Delph needs to go, man.
Delph needs to go. Declan Rice needs to go. He's one of the most limited. Declan Rice is one of the most limited players in the England squad.
Yeah, he got overhyped.
He can go. Again, the bench player. He can come on and just fuck shit up. But
yeah, he shouldn't be. Everyone's like he got hyped up, and it's the England problem, isn't it? Hyping up very mediocre players.
And so we're going. And the only one, the one on my fuck off list is Jay. I'm going to picture a scene right now.
Okay, I'm there.
We are playing the Netherlands, right? They've got a lot of pace.
One.
They've got Depay, Bergwijn. They've got Babels for some reason still on the wing. They've got Wijnaldum pulling the strings. You know, we've managed to somehow breach.
You missed De Jong, but
De Jong's in the midfield as well. But we've somehow managed to breach Van Dijk and De Ligt. Right, we've scored a goal.
Yeah.
Right. And we're playing well. We're not like smashing them, but we are like, considering they're a top team, we're playing the ball around, we're keeping it, we're being safe, we're being dangerous at times, we're attacking on the break. Both keepers have had to make some saves. It's exciting, but we are on top.
Okay.
Henderson plays the ball out to Maguire. Maguire plays it to Henderson. Henderson's under a little bit of pressure and gently rolls it back to Stones. Stones plays a yard back pass to Depay, who rounds Henderson, and we then lose on penalties. That is not what I want to be seeing in the Euros. So you know what, John Stones, I've always kind of rated you as a footballer, but I've never rated you as a defender. Fuck off.
That's way too real, man. I felt that. It's way too real. Yeah, I completely agree. He was not nowhere near my list.
Yeah,
he's too unreliable, man. Oh shit, he's too unreliable.
Yeah, maybe he can stop Liverpool winning the league one season with an 11mm clear off the line. Yes, I admit he has that in him, but at the same time, his brain can literally just turn to candy floss. So, what? No.
I agree. Yeah, he's firmly in the fuck off list, firmly alongside Delph. He's kind of like Southgate, kind of like veterans almost. He has to stand by him. Where it's like Gareth, you don't, bro. If you don't, just sack him off.
Yeah, I would think, especially with what's coming through. There's even defenders we haven't really spoken about that much with Tanganga and Tomori and Gomez and Maguire and Mings, and I don't think John Stones as a defender. I mean, you know what? Maybe we can finally solve our midfield problem. Maybe Stones is the one in there. Maybe he is Busquets and we've never realised. But
imagine.
Yeah.
Gareth just goes, boys, hear me out. Even Stones is looking at him like,
no.
Are you on
Stones comes in like, boys,
hear me out. He's not even supposed to be on the plane.
I am Busquets. Stones, go home. We've made our decision.
He's got his whiteboard and his little markers. He's like, look, I'm going to be here. He's circling it like Pep does.
It's just, come on, guys, come on.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, should we do other teams? Should we do
our
Netherlands combined 11 now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's run through it. So it's Henderson, Trent, Maguire, Gomez, Chilwell, Henderson, Winks, Ali, maybe Maddison's kind of a mix-up with probably Ali, Sancho, Kane, Sterling.
That is what I want to see.
And that, you know what, that's a decent enough
Okay,
squad to
I
take to the
will
Euros.
throw one dilemma at you because it is a possibility, although it looks like he will make it back.
Go on.
Kane's injured.
Kane's injured. Is Rashford also injured or no?
No, Rashford is injured.
No, but is he like, what if Rashford is going to make it back in time?
He's not. He's going to have.
So you're telling me, is it Ings?
I'm telling you, we don't have Kane or Rashford.
So it's either Ings or Tammy, isn't it?
Ings, Tammy, Sterling in an attacking position. Like what do you do? Do you just rely on Ali and Lingard to function?
Nope. You do not rely on that. I think we keep the formation because I think the formation works with the way Trent can run down the wing and people can back each other up. You keep the formation and you've got to go. Oh my God, it's so tough. Every part of me wants to say Tammy Abraham because he's just great. But Ings, I think they're on the same level almost.
I'd go Tammy.
I think it's got to be Tammy, but you would bring Ings obviously.
You would bring him if he continues to the end of the season. But the reason I'd pick Tammy is because even when Fernando Llorente wasn't the most effective at Tottenham at the end,
yeah,
he was just a fucking tree, and that's what Tammy Abraham can be. A tall
he really
tree.
is, yeah.
And if he could just, I quite like how neat he is in the box, which Ings isn't. Ings will take the ball and shoot. Whereas I can see the ball being lofted in, Tammy chested it, and doing a tiny little layoff to which Ali has run on and scored.
Yeah, but you're right, and he's got good feet.
I will give you that. I will give you that for Tammy.
Tammy's in the squad, boy.
He's on the plane, definitely. The three strikers, especially now that Vardy's, because the answer's Vardy, but he retired, so.
It's a bit ridiculous, that, isn't it? I still think that's a bit mad.
It is a bit weird, considering
he didn't want to be behind Kane, did he? That's what
he's
it was his problem. He just
you had your league title. You didn't get your golden boot, but you've got the fucking league title. Like, grow up.
Just sit behind Kane, man.
Just sit behind Kane and understand that you maybe could help your country win a World Cup by doing an important bench role. Do you reckon Solskjaer's looking back going, oh, I wish I wasn't a substitute in that fucking Champions League final? No, he's going, I came on, I fucking took my dick out and I slapped Bayern Munich with it. Come on.
Exactly.
And actually, it had an adverse effect, and now he's manager of United, and he's really sad. And he's like, I wish I'd never scored that goal. This is horrible.
That's perfect. Yeah, he's a little pussy hole, isn't he?
Right, what a beautiful way to end part 2. Join us for part 3, where we'll talk about football transfers.
Football. Hey, it's been sticking up this whole time.
Right, Jay, so it's going to be a difficult one, this one, because it's silly transfer season, Jay.
Silly transfer season.
What is going on in silly transfer season, I hear you ask?
You read my mind, mate.
Well, Huddersfield and Brighton have agreed to make Aaron Moyes' deal permanent.
Great.
And that's it.
That's the only thing that's happening.
That's January.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. No, it's been great.
It wasn't. I'm actually going to take a slight tangent from talking about transfers and talk about transfers, but a specific thing in transfers. That I'm going to just make a call here, and I think I'm going to be right. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Doesn't really matter, does it? Nope. But I think I had someone at work ask me, what are Inter Milan doing? They could have got Eriksen for free in 6 months. Mm-hmm. Why have they bothered to spend the 19 million? I think Inter Milan have just made a £19 million investment to give themselves the best possible chance to win a title.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to read you some names.
Yeah.
Okay. Mata, Özil, Hazard, Scholes, Cantona, De Bruyne.
Okay.
All right. Mata has 52 Premier League assists. Özil has 53 Premier League assists. Hazard has 54 Premier League assists. Scholes has 55 Premier League assists. Cantona has 56. De Bruyne has 60, and Eriksen tops that list with 62.
Fucking hell.
Say what you want about Eriksen, but for the 5.5 years we've had him, or 5.5 years that I would add that we've spent £11 million on him, he has been phenomenal. It's not always been great, and he's gone off the boil a few times, and he's not always been that angry driving force that you want from a footballer, but What a ball!
I had no clue that was the stats. Yeah, no, he's.
Honestly,
it's not even like Inter Milan have done good business there.
And you're talking about, like, I'm not being funny, and if Ashley Young can go on his debut and instantly assist Lukaku and get an assist with Lukaku, I think
Eriksen might tear it up. And you know what it is as well? Inter Milan have got a very good opportunity to win the title here. They've got... Yeah, they're so close to Juve, and you know Conte is such a good manager. But Conte did this with us, and I'm sure he did it with Juve. He goes to these press conferences, and he just kind of goes, "I need this player, I need that player, I need this, I need that," and he's quite like very open about what he wants. And Inter Milan just gone, "Fuck it, here you go."
Inter Milan just got absolutely everyone you want. You want Victor Moses? I don't understand.
Yeah, they've just gone, you know what?
Ashley Young, Conte, are you sure? Okay,
here's the money.
Like, Eriksen, that one makes sense. But really, Young, okay,
and he's that kind of he's that genius, that weird genius that I think it might pay off, and they've got a really good chance, and I really hope they do it.
I hope they do it as well. I'm going to even go further in my prediction and say that a fact will be Eriksen will be in the top of those assist charts every season.
Okay.
My theory is that he could even be very near the top this season, just with half a season.
I mean, to be fair, when you're sat just behind Lukaku and Martinez, who are already banging off anyway, when you're this really good playmaker that is more than capable to do it, I can't see why not.
And also, like, the only frustrating thing as a Tottenham fan is obviously, and for Eriksen as well probably, is he had his heart set on a Bayern, a Juve, a Barcelona, a Real Madrid. That was a fact. And I don't think we can... They might win a title and that's impressive, but let's not make really... It's a sideways step for him. Really, in terms of team. However, it's a sideways step that's tripled his salary to 325.
Fucking hell. There you go.
If I offered you the exact... You know when you used to work in like that truck checking in place? If I offered you the exact same truck checking in place but for a different firm and tripled your wage, you'd be going. So, you know what? Good for him. I wish him all the best. I wish him all the success. I wish him all the trophies he never could win at Tottenham. And any Tottenham fan that dislikes Eriksen is an idiot, because he is... If you were to compile a top 10 list of the most talented players Tottenham have ever had, including the likes of Ginola and Hoddle and Gaza...
If he gave you that many assists, he gave you that many goals, like, he's got to be. The only thing I say, it's like, if they do win the league, it's less of a sideways step because it puts him, and if he has a big part from now till then, he puts him on the map for the bigger teams even more than he already was. You know what I mean?
It does. But he's 27. He's got to complete that move in the next few years.
Yeah, it has to be.
Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
But you never know. Like fucking, Juve might snap him up after seeing.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll look back at his time at Tottenham with fondness. I reckon he's a bit pissed off with us. I don't know if you saw his bloody goodbye message.
No.
He was there like. A lot of my games have felt like goodbyes, as fans thought it was, and it was a bit of a dig. But it's like when I said this on Twitter. It's like when you text a girl saying that you'll be civil and you still be friends, you know, after you've been in a relationship or dating for a while, and you go, yeah, no, of course we will. Great. I wish you every luck for the future, and then you never text again. And then you might see them in Asda, and you might just make eye contact, and you're like,
you might see him at Champions League group stage game, but
yeah, and you're like,
yeah, cool. Yeah, no, fair enough. You've been very respectful about that.
You know, Tottenham have moved on. We've bought Steven Bergwijn. We've given him the number 23.
Have you really?
Yeah, he's got Eriksen's out of our minds now.
That's one thing that's like really good about Spurs right now. It's like, although you know you've lost a good player in Eriksen, you've gone and got a good player to replace him very quickly.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure a winger's what we needed necessarily, but
he's a good player and it could work.
Yeah, I know. I do rate him as well. We played PSV in the last season's Champions League, and it's exciting times. He's still young, and Gedson, who we've signed from Benfica, is still young. It's all good. In terms of other transfers, the only thing I wanted to say was it's weird. So, sorry, give me 1 sec. Right, sorry, where was I? So you're looking at United getting the Bruno Fernandes deal over the line, subject to clear. They've announced it today. I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's the agreement's been done.
Yeah, but are you looking at them getting charged almost 70 million for that deal?
Yeah.
And I don't know how well you know him, but there's a guy called Dani Olmo.
I don't know.
Ever heard of him? He is a Spanish player.
Okay.
And he plays for Dynamo Zagreb.
No, I've not.
And the reason he's interesting is because he's doing incredibly well at Zagreb. I'm not pretending I watch Dynamo.
Yeah.
But he's been called up by Spain already.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's up, and so we've got about him, and as we all know, the success story that has been Haaland as well.
Yeah.
Guess what their combined transfer fee is, Jay?
What, Haaland and this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just for context, almost just been snapped up by RB Leipzig, another big German club.
So obviously it's probably like what, 50, 60?
40.
Fucking hell.
40 million.
That's mad, isn't it?
That is 1 1/3 Musa Sissoko's. Like it's just mad.
Half
it's just
Maguire.
It's half Maguire. It's mad. But yeah, that's what I want to watch. Look out for Dani Olmo, Jay.
Oh,
very, very sexy little cam by the looks of it. RB Leipzig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what else?
I mean, you mentioned Haaland. Haaland's fucking banging them in. I mean, he's got to slow down soon, but it's still incredible.
Yeah, he was always going to be a success, wasn't he? That was like one of the biggest no risk. The thing is though, like it's not a difficult choice for him to make because Dortmund were like, oh yeah, we'll play you every game.
Yeah.
And let's say he had a talk with Chelsea. Chelsea would have gone, oh, we'll play you. We'll play you.
You'll get some.
And he's like, yeah, nah, you're all right.
Yeah, no, he's smart enough to go there. Fair play.
What about you guys? Are you hoping to do any business?
Like no closer than we were not too a week ago. I don't really know what's going on. Everything's just rumours, really, isn't it? And none of it's actually kind of like with this whole Bruno Fernandes thing. You kind of always needed to know. Well, Pedro had a pretty poor game against Hull. He won't get played as much.
He's not getting a look in, is he?
No, not really. I heard Giroud is on.
He wants to go to Tottenham.
He wants to go to you guys, which would be funny.
He wants to go full William Gallas.
Yeah, he wants to do the triple, man. And you know what? Fair play.
Yeah, I don't particularly want him, but you know what? I'd enjoy the ride if he came.
Mate, you know what? He's a great player to have. I actually loved him. Really did last season. He
absolutely reeks of Jose Mourinho.
He does. He does. Yeah, he really does. Imagine he came and he just started banging them in. Like Kane was like, stop.
Absolutely, yeah. Kane's just doesn't get back in the squad ever again. We play Giroud till he's 40, his Zlatan age
with Giroud, and Marino's just like, I knew it. Yeah, no. There was that one for us, that one striker. I think the most important thing for us would have been a striker, but we're getting very, very close to the end of the transfer window now.
Well, my favourite thing is, oh, don't call me, for fuck's sake. Alright, that's another gap in there, sorry. But one of the most interesting things I thought was the fact that apparently both us and you are sort of refusing to touch that Piatek.
Yeah, that's the
price tag. Guess what team I read was willing to pay the full 25 million and just go for it? Hertha Berlin. Let's fucking have it, lads. What? The boys in blue and white are like, you're not having him. Come on, boys.
He's like,
let's go. And Piatek's just like, no, stop.
I might go to them there, but I don't Berlin know. And they're like, come on, mate. They got his arm around him.
I don't want this.
Come on.
I don't want this.
Yeah, we really don't. I don't know. We've been linked with him a lot, but again, I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to buy anyone, to be honest. And if we do, it'll be another panic buy like Kepa was.
Yeah, or Cavani, something like that. But he looks absolutely destined for Atletico.
Yeah, I don't want Cavani. He would just be another Falcao. I think we said that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. The ghost of Falcao's
that would just be Falcao. And Adam was pretty set on having him, so let United have him. That would be funny.
Yeah, but Adam's... I love you, Adam, if you do get this far, but I doubt you will. But he's needed.
You know what? No, you know what he is? He's a United fan.
Let's just quickly end on this. Actually, I've got two things to end on, but let's just quickly end on the fact that if I see another post saying I just want my club back.
Oh,
I'm just sick of this labouring loss of being in fifth, and I might as well just die. There's that picture. That picture taken through the barbed wire.
Oh my god! It's just
like this picture says so much. Look at it, and it's like. And meanwhile, Berry and Bolton are just there like.
Fuck you, pricks.
How you doing?
Yeah, and it's like, you know that remember that fella that was crying his eyes out not too long ago.
Yeah, the old man. Yeah. I mean, he's probably had He's probably had a lot of important people in his life die.
Yeah, man.
He's old. Get some perspective. The only thing I will say, Jane, and we'll end the podcast on this.
Okay.
Is that 16% of all of the shots Kepa's faced, of all the shots that teams have had, have gone into Kepa's net.
Yep.
Which is the highest percentage of goals conceded, percentage-wise, since Opta started recording stats in 2003.
Yeah, I have seen this, and it's ridiculous.
He's a £75 million goalkeeper, isn't he?
Yeah, he was. It was a complete panic buy, weren't it?
Yeah. To be fair, I don't actually blame you on that, because Courtois was like, yeah, buy it, and you guys went, oh yeah, buy it.
It was like
fuck.
just before the season.
Just staring at Rob Green like, no.
Rob Green
and he was just like rubbing his gloves together like, come on, boys. Oh. And you were like, no.
You know what, though? I remember at the start of the season, I just thought, fuck it, get him in. Get him in.
Do you reckon? Yeah, do you reckon?
We'll put a shift in.
That's what Bilbao did. Bilbao were just like, you were there like, well, we'll pay you 20 million for him, and they went, all right, enjoy Rob Green. And you just went, 75. 75, just like write a blank checkbook, just like go, just.
Yeah, it might as well have been that, and he wasn't ready. Like, he was not ready to be that big of a price, and he was not ready to. He wasn't ready to be a club that's just very demanding.
75 million would almost get you Donnarumma, wouldn't it? It would get you.
It could have got any goalkeeper, or not any goalkeeper. That's a lie, but
like All Black's only 90.
Yeah,
probably 90, 100 million.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Now you're looking at Navas and Areola switching places at bloody PSG.
Yeah,
there must have been so many more options out there. And
I'd
never heard of Kepa before you bid the 75 million.
Oh no, I don't think anyone did. He was promising, but he was only promising.
He was back, and I know since then he was back up at the World Cup.
Yeah. But that's because he had a decent enough spell, but he's just not that great. And like ever since the Carabao Cup last season as well, like no one liked him. You know what I mean? And it's a very difficult one. I think Frank's got to the end of this season now. You can't get rid of him now. And he either makes the decision to stay with him and let him just develop and be better, because it's that whole classic typical story. De Gea was shit in his first season, or blah blah blah. Or he gets rid of him and gets someone new in that's going to be the number one. There you go.
There we go.
Well.
Oh, and Lloris is back.
But Gazzaniga had a fucking great time. Oh, let's have him.
Oh, you can have him. 75 million.
Deal.
Gazzaniga. What a beautifully poetic way to end.
Only on the back post, man.
Right, before anyone bloody calls me again and I have to send them yet another clip, I'm going to quickly leave.
Tell your fathers.
Tell your fathers.